You doing your intro?
I don't know. Should I? I could
Nah.
do the same. Nah, I reckon just welcome to Drum and Drummer.
Yeah. Welcome to Drum and
Welcome to Drum and
Drummer.
Drummer.
Episode 10.
10. Double digits now. Double
Double
figures.
figures. 10.
6, 9.
10.
And they said we'd never get to 4.
They always doubted us.
Yeah.
Haters.
Even from the start.
Yeah,
Haters. 'Cause
AKA
they hate us.
guitarists.
Yeah.
It's just a bit of just sort of a bit of bants about roles in the band and that guitarists are all cunts.
That was so people just do nothing.
I'm not saying we're influenced by
By-
TV and that, but
By comedians that are influenced by David Brent. But,
yeah, it all
we are a bit.
just works with the title. Right. How you been, mate? All right.
Yeah, good. Been swimming a lot. learning-
Right. First off, it's
Yeah,
January.
go on.
What are you doing?
Yes.
Okay.
What am I
All
doing?
right. First question: pool or sea?
Well, at the moment, pool, because the
Okay.
sea is way too cold. I
was
went to
gonna
the
say,
sea.
yeah.
Well, I tried because in episode 8 or 7, we were waiting on my wetsuit delivery. It turned up. Obviously, it didn't turn up. I had to go to newsagents to get it. We spoke about that last week. But I tried to take it in the sea while it was on me. No, I didn't take it in separately. That would have been mental. But
Yeah.
it's way too cold. I was sat there in like a coat and trackies, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not getting in.
No. I feel
were you
like you
gonna
could have
say?
made that decision before leaving the house.
Well, do you know what? This is the thing, because it's sort of like, it's a bit like going for a run. The hard part is just getting out of the house.
But
And
yeah.
then once you're
Very
doing it,
true. Yeah.
once you're doing it, you're kind of like, oh, this isn't too bad. But with sea swimming, yeah, you kind of think, okay, well, let me at least get to the beach. And then even when I was there, I was like, this is too
fuck
cold.
this.
But
Yeah.
but I'm not embarrassed to say this. I can't really swim that well.
Okay. First off, I'm just now hoping, I
Yeah.
guess, that you're going to the swimming pool
Yes.
in your wetsuit.
Oh no. That would be mental. I would look ridiculous.
Be great, though, wouldn't it? That'd be funny.
It would be hilarious. Wetsuit and goggles.
And then people go, what are you doing? And you go, sea's a bit cold, isn't it?
Yeah.
January. The effort it took to get this wetsuit,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking use it.
I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna go
Right.
shopping in it.
Yeah.
Wear it to Lidl.
Now, out of the way, old lady. I'm putting in some lengths.
Here's a question about swimming gear. Do we, as bald men, have to wear swimming caps? Not have to, but like, do bald people wear swimming caps? Because it's to flatten down the hair, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's also a warmth thing. What do you think? Do you know about this?
Well,
'Cause
I'm
I don't know whether to buy one.
famously not a regular swimmer. Most you go out to people and they go, do you know Ben Winsey? I go, the guy's not don't really swim, does he? I go, no. Yeah, I know him.
Yeah.
I don't know, mate. To be honest,
No.
I guess. Well, watching the Olympics, they all wear caps.
This
I
one.
think even the bald, and I think that's a friction thing on the water,
Yeah.
not a warm thing. I don't think the Olympians are going, better keep warm while
Well, it's cold.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I imagine it's a streamlining speed thing
Yeah.
for them. I mean, you said you can't really swim, so I imagine speed isn't a priority at the moment.
It's literally trying not to drown.
Yeah.
Because let me explain.
But
this
I
isn't-
also think those people who go swimming casually at the local pool and wear a swimming cap are wankers.
Well, do you know what I found? I'll say this quickly. So I'm learning how to breathe because I've never breathed out underwater. I've always done all my breathing above water. If people listen to this as swimmers, they'll know that's completely the wrong thing to do because you're constantly like, which is weird to hear on a podcast. But yeah, so you're out of breath
Just
pretty
do it
quick.
again.
There you go. A bit like Rolf Harris before he
Got into
all
trouble.
that. Yeah. But
Before he was a little
But what
bit
annoyed
cheeky.
me, I've had a few lessons and I went, right, I'll do some lane swimming. I get it. I feel like I'm fairly fit as a person. I'm young.
Swim coach online.
Swim coach online. People were in that pool so old and looking so, in the kindest way, out of shape. and they were just bombing it round for a solid hour. And I do one length and be knackered. And it is a fascinating thing to me that people can, it's just a different type of fitness, swimming fitness. So that's what I've been up to. I won't bang on about it more than that, but swimming. What have you been up to this week?
Working quite a bit, mate, actually.
Yeah.
Ploughing on with this Dent-Act EP, getting through it in the final stages. Just got one more vocal to track.
Nice.
I've got a few of the tracks mixed now, halfway through the others. Bit of editing. I'm right in the middle of battle now. But it's feeling good. But I'm also getting those, oh yeah, this is how I want it to sound. I'm really pleased with it. And then an hour later going, I think this is the worst recording ever.
Yeah.
In the world. Just those battles you have to fight.
That's generally how it goes.
Yeah, you just go, oh, that's so shit. And then you listen to it again, you're like, oh, that's good. And you're like, oh, what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
You know,
well, here we go. Have you got any, because you're obviously, highly experienced recording, mixing, mastering man.
Not
any
swimming.
Tips? Any tips for people listening for when it does sound like shit?
Step away. Step away. Just don't listen to it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Don't listen to it. Give yourself a break. I did that on Friday. I was mixing studio work and Dent-Act, and I had a lot going on, trying to get some projects finished whilst working on the Dent-Act stuff.
Yep. And
then I got to like Friday, and I had sort of the day booked out to essentially do nothing. And a bit of me was like, oh, I could just go in and start cracking on that. I was like, nah, fuck it, just don't bother. You need to have a couple of good few days off it.
Yeah.
And then you can come back to it fresh.
I've heard even taking a break when you don't feel like you need a break is important as well.
Yeah, it's having a break. Just have a little rest from it.
Yeah.
And you'll come back. You need to let your ears recharge. You need to just not fucking hear it all the time because you listen to it so much. But yeah, I've also just finished an album by a band called The Dins.
Love The Dins.
Yeah, Pompey punk band. They've been good clients here. I did their first album. We've just finished the second album called Dinlow. I did the final mastering on that the other day. 15 tracks. Woo, mama.
That's
and
I
think we actually started recording it at the end of 2019.
Wow.
Yeah. But they released some stuff as like singles and EPs, and then we've put those together with a lot of new stuff and some remixes and stuff into an album. So good little 4-piece political punk band.
Yeah.
Love it. So
I rate them.
Put a link into I'll let everyone know when it's out, but I'll put a link to the first album in the notes. But yeah, just been doing that, boy. Just been ploughing on with the old mixing and that, innit?
Fantastic.
Yeah. Also, I'm waiting for a delivery today.
Oh, for fuck!
I know, mate. But let me throw this into the works.
Yeah.
DHL.
Hello.
Yeah.
Where do they rank?
I feel like they're sort of. I think reliability is okay.
Yeah.
But their tracking system seems to be a fucking nightmare. It's like you have to go onto like the DHL global website. And it's like, oh, fuck. And then I've got an app for a previous delivery. I'll put the tracking number in that. Oh, no, this is the DHL Express only app. You got to put it. Oh, fuck's sake. But, so just waiting on that. And of course, I got an hour window, but it's while we're doing this. So who knows if it will be there when I get home. But
if it turns up, it's okay.
And it's late January, and that's a Christmas present for a mate of mine. So, but that's not DHL's fault. That's the company who I bought the thing off. So, and I ultimately no, I won't say what it is, but I'll give it to them. And it's been a month of waiting, and ultimately it will now be disappointing because it's just taken so long to get here. Other than that, bins are good. Just sort of been working out.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said the bins are good. I was like, time for another bin update.
No, I did say the bins.
Oh, you did say the bins are good.
Yeah, bins are good. Just no bin drama.
Oh, good.
But also
That
the
is good.
dins are good. So
The bins, the dins, it's all good wins.
it's all good. Anyway, we left the listeners on a
we did.
cliffhanger.
Yeah. And they're probably screaming right now, going, when are we going to hear it?
Both of them are screaming. Oh,
both of them are screaming. Please do text in again, both of you.
The fact that they can personally text us is just shows the reach of our audience.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. We do have an email address, drumanddrummerpod@gmail.com. Send us anything.
Genuinely,
send us anything.
If those people on our stats are real in Lithuania or wherever it was, please, just say hi. It'd be insane.
Give George some swimming encouragement.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
I mean, good grief. I'm drowning out here, emotionally and literally. So last week, so I got really excited about saying something. So the other night, I went out with the girlfriend, went to a open mic night. I was waiting for that. I was like, is he going to do it? Went to an open mic night. I haven't been to one in a while. And it was run by this guy, very over the top presence, big lad. And he was just sort of, he clearly wanted the night to be his night. He had acts playing, but he wanted everyone to be like, listen to me. He's
basically going, I want to perform.
Yeah. Oh, and so he did,
I'm going to create this whole open mic night.
Yeah.
So, and just, other people come up.
Yeah.
But I want people to actually look at me.
Yeah, literally. When we got there, he was on first. He was playing acoustic guitar, playing some covers.
And he was probably like, I'll go first. I'll warm it up. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Don't
literally.
worry.
Yeah. And he was playing, he had a drummer playing with him. So the open mic setup, there was a drum kit there. And then there was a few acoustic guitars. So he went up first, and then a female singer went up. She was really good. He was playing guitar for her. Even then, he was trying to make it his show. She was singing Valerie, and I can't remember her name. But no. But here's the thing: she actually sings with. I thought this was quite cool. She sings with Amy Winehouse's former band, which I was like, that's quite cool. But he was joining in. And Valerie, I'm like, this isn't your gig. Go away. Then it gets to a third act. There was this guy that got
really lonely, isn't he?
I mean, he did have that vibe. So this third guy got up and he was singing. He was all right, just classic acoustic guitar, singer-songwriter. And it seemed like each act got 3 songs. So he played the first 2 songs. They were fine. And then he was like, right, for this last song I got, I need a drummer. Does anyone? My hand went straight up because I didn't really feel like it would, but there was a beast inside me. I was like, I want to play. I want to play. I don't know if you feel this when you're at gigs, but I just get sort of like when I'm watching other people, I don't really enjoy it fully because there's a part of me that's like, I'd rather be doing that, not if it's a big gig, not if I'm watching, Green Day. But if it's
you were going to say Royal Blood then.
I was close. But so anyway, he was like, are there any drummers? I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then he pointed at, he's like, oh yeah, this guy. Guess who went up instead? It was only the open mic night man. He went, oh yeah, I'll do it. He ran onto, and then I was like instantly annoyed. My girlfriend was like, I can see this is going to upset you, so just try not to make a scene. And then he starts playing guitar.
Shit, mate.
Yeah, yeah, literally. And he starts playing guitar, and I could. It was like I was thinking, and I'm going to try and say this without sounding petty. This whole story, but I was just like already thinking of what I'd play if I was up there, which I should have been. By the way, it's an open mic. This guy's already played. Let me have a, and genuinely. I don't feel like it should have annoyed me that much, but it did.
Wouldn't have done that, drum, Phil.
Yeah, literally. So he started playing guitar.
Oh, hitting the crash era, yeah?
Yeah.
Wanker.
But the drummer couldn't work out how to come in or what, because he wasn't a drummer. So he didn't know what, and I don't want to sound like,
a twat.
Yeah, and like I'm better than him, but it took him a good 8 to 10 bars to come in, and the guitarist was just playing, and then the drummer would sort of go doo-doo-doo, And I was just like, just play a beat, just play any beat. And then he did this thing. It wasn't good. And then he just dropped out at one point, and then he couldn't find out how to come back in. And I was just genuinely, I mean, this podcast is a safe space, I'd say, to say things. And I don't want to act like, I don't know. I don't want to sound cocky or anything, but I was just like, if only I was there, this would be rocking right now. But I wasn't, and I had to watch it. And I think it was genuinely like a bit kind of draining. So anyway, it ended, and then I was in a terrible mood for a bit. But
I personally wouldn't feel like that.
No.
Because one, I'd never fucking go to an open mic night.
Why
fucking
not?
Idiot. What? I can't think of anything worse than watching people play. It's not, haven't purposely been put on a bill.
Yeah.
And let alone put my fucking hand up to go and play.
Yeah, but that's because you're dead inside. You don't want to play anymore. You just let me take the money and go, Your words, not mine.
Yeah. No, I mean, I can't think of anything worse. But I understand where you're coming from, George.
Yeah, they can be fun.
I understand.
I think I just had that urge.
Frustrated at the injustice that you've got this skill.
Yeah.
I'll use the term loosely. And you like to show that skill off. You like to show people. You like to express yourself through the medium of drums. And old Fatty Magoo run up there.
Yeah.
And tries to steal the show again.
I know. Well, I think that was what was annoying.
Like, for fuck's why?
Yeah.
You've had a go.
I think that's what annoyed me. It was an open mic. If it's an open mic,
I can just imagine your girlfriend, like you absolutely shaking. You fuck it.
Yeah.
She's like, guys, it's gonna kick off. He gets literally. Like this. This is, oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what the equivalent of it would be like. It's like I don't know. There isn't an equivalent, but it's someone taking over. Say if you're at school and you're doing like a cookery class,
go on.
Cookery class, and like the teacher's like, "Oh, let me mix that for you. I'll ice that. Oh, I'll do that." And you're like, "Am I making this cake or not?" Do you know what I mean? It was like that. So anyway, I should probably stop ranting about that. But
I heard a podcast recently, and I'm a big fan of Lego, as you know. Flat's fucking full of it.
It is.
It's a problem.
Yeah.
And recently they released a Sonic the Hedgehog Lego set, and I'd heard rumours about this for ages, and it came out New Year's Day. I was like, fuck it, I've got to get this. Big fan of Sonic the Hedgehog, Master System, big up original Sonic. I found out the other day actually that Sonic the Hedgehog, we had it for the Master System, the 8-bit console, the Sega console, right?
Right.
And there was obviously the Mega Drive, which was a 16-bit console. Okay.
Yeah.
I think in America the Mega Drive was called the Genesis. Now obviously you get a lot of modern sort of emulations of games now, where you can buy a thing and it's got like 100 Mega Drive games on and all that.
Yeah.
They always forget the Master System. It's always the Mega Drive, Golden Axe, Afterburner, Sonic, all that. Right? And then it's like, oh, you can get Sonic on your iPhone. You can get Sonic 1, like the original, these old school games.
Yeah.
And I'd play Sonic 1. I'd be like, this ain't it. This ain't Sonic 1. And I really looked it up the other day. And there's a major difference between Sonic 1 for the Master System and the Sonic 1 for the Mega Drive.
Right.
Where because the Master System was 8-bit and the Mega Drive was 16, it was essentially twice as more powerful. They had to simplify Sonic for the Master System and make the game essentially more basic.
Right.
And there's one less level.
Yeah.
They don't have it doesn't have those like tunnels that you go into a ball and go down the ground. Like the path in the game is a lot more. There's one path.
Yeah.
Whereas the Mega Drive would split and you could go down or you could go up. And basically I feel like annoyed that I can't ever play the Sonic I grew up with.
Yeah.
So I was a master at it because you couldn't save back then. So you played those first few levels a million times.
Yeah.
And it is Mega Drive. What about me? So anyway, I didn't really realise at the time that even when those games were out, there was actually such a huge difference between the Mega Drive and the Master System versions of some of these games. Anyway, Sonic Lego came out. Yeah, I really wanted it. You know, saved up all my pocket money, and I've got it, and I built it, and I love it. It's great. I really enjoy building it. Then I heard on a famous, person's podcast, they said, "Oh, I got an anonymous." They were talking about sponsorships and adverts and things, and then got an anonymous package. Someone just sent me the Lego Sonic set,
right?
And it's like, fuck, you got that for free, and you don't even give a fuck about Lego. You don't even care.
Are you saying we should talk about Lego more so we get Lego sent to us?
Well, definitely, but it's the injustice of someone's up there playing drums, but they're shit. And you feel the injustice that it should be you up there playing it, and it's like I'm having to scrabble around and buy this Lego.
Yeah.
And someone's just getting it for free, and they don't even give a fuck about it.
Yeah, literally.
I'm not saying I want it for free, but you're like, no. Why are they're just getting all this cool shit? Yeah. Fucking nothing. And they don't even care.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was quite...
I know exactly what I mean. How are we doing for time?
Well, probably time. Take a break.
Take a break?
Take a little break. We'll be back. See you in a bit.
Bye.
Back. And we're back.
We're back,
yeah.
Right, let's just dive right in. Unlike my swimming, into... I still want to discuss gigs. So, open mic night gig wasn't enjoyable. However, I went to see my friend's band, David Bowie. Bless
Fucking
you.
Hell.
That was forceful.
That came out of nowhere. I think there's another one coming.
Yeah? We'll wait.
No, carry on.
No?
It's going. It's going.
David Bowie or Bowie?
Davie B.
David. Went to see a Davie B tribute band. My mates
He's dead. He's not dead.
It was actually the anniversary of his birthday, Jan the 8th. Before I went out, so this is something I want to talk about today. Before I went out, I was like, I'm going to listen to some Davie B.
Yeah, I was just going to see what this guy's done. I keep hearing his name. Yeah, I've heard of this guy, Davie B.
Quite niche. Niche.
Just want to see what he's done.
Yeah.
Prove yourself to me, Davie B.
Turns out he's done a lot, but I listened to the classics. So I was listening to Life on Mars, and this is something for the listeners to do, not to give you homework, but have a listen to Life on Mars. The snare pattern is odd in that he's playing a basic, 4/4 beat, the money beat, whatever you want to call it.
Sure.
I'm talking hi-hat and kick. I'm talking hi-hat. I'm talking hi-hat and snare. I'm talking hi-hat. You know the one.
Yeah. You can learn more about these beats at Drum Coach Online.
Yeah, that's exactly how I teach
I'm talking hi-hat and kick. I'm talking hi-hat on its own. I'm talking hi-hat and snare.
Yeah. Lessons are half an hour, but they fly by with my songs, and you don't learn much because it's mainly me singing. That is untrue, obviously. Please go to drumcoachonline.com and book a lesson. So anyway, the snare pattern, when the drummer plays the snare, it kind of does like a double. It's hard. There's no better way to explain it than that. It just, rather than it just being like duh, duh, da, duh, it goes like duh, duh, da, da, duh, 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 da, da, duh. And I was listening to it and I was like, is the drummer doing that, or did they do some weird 70s effect on the snare to make it do this double? Because it's very exact, and like it sounds like it's consistent as well. So the drummer would have to be really on it to like get it like that every time. And then I went and saw the band, and the drummer wasn't doing this double snare thing. And I even like looked up some videos on YouTube of people playing it, and no drummer does this double, because it's just weird. It's like, it's not like a kind of cool rock and roll like da 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 da. It's just like da 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 da. Like it's really quick. So I didn't know, and I think I even looked up some videos of Davie B.
And you were
playing
fuming
it.
and livid that you couldn't go up there
I
and
was
play
like,
it.
I was like, why didn't you ask me to play drums? Yeah.
Your hand shot straight up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Elfie's going, oh God, not this again.
Yeah.
No, you
I'm
can't
terrible
play
at
it every
gigs.
gig.
So, which begs the question, are there any songs you can think of? This is something for listeners to send in if you want. Any songs you can think of where drummers don't perhaps play what is on the recorded track
that's a
live.
very specific email request, isn't it?
It is a very specific to our two listeners who neither of them are drummers. But I mean, off the bat, I can think of a few songs. I remember, I'll just say this quickly. I was watching a documentary about Bruce Springsteen and
fucking hell. Hang on. Oh, DHL have delivered my parcel.
Oh, fantastic.
And I'm not at home, so there's a gamble here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where have they put it?
It doesn't say, but I'm hoping they've got in the main front door and then they've left it outside the entrance to my flat.
Hopefully it's not in the bin. Although it's a clean bin. So
well, it'd be a lovely clean bin area.
Probably the best place for it, arguably. Yeah. Bruce Springsteen, before Max Weinberg, there was another drummer, and on Born to Run, he played this crazy fill in the breakdown part, and Max Weinberg said he could never work out how to play it, so he just never played it. And all those years when he's just never played, so there's a part on the track which he doesn't play live.
Lazy.
So there's one example, but I did think, like, what songs are there out there that you perhaps, there's a drum part or like a fill that you maybe miss or not miss?
There's my old band Oxygen Thief. Shout out Barry and Neil. We our last album we did, there's a song, I think it's called, I can't remember the full title. We just called it Elephants, but I'm gonna look it up. Yeah. Oh, my Spotify's got Katy Perry up on. Yeah, because I want to play the rock version of I Kissed a Girl in one of my bands this year. Nice. That's why I was on there. Oxygen.
No explanation required.
Fucking hell. Right. The album Confusion Species. Go listen on Spotify. I'll put a link to it. I Used to Be Elephants.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's that song. There's right at the end, it goes to this kind of like riffy disco section.
Yeah.
And on the recording, the last sort of 4 bars, it's just like constant double kick. Now, I did play it on the recording. I did actually play it on the recording. There is video proof, which I'll dig out, put it on the gram, innit?
Yeah.
But that section starts with just guitar.
Yeah.
And Barry he'd be the one determining the tempo of that. And every gig was a 50-50 whether I was going to attempt it or just do like rather than it's 50-50 based on just how I was feeling on the day. And usually it was like, I don't want to fuck it up so bad it just sounds awful, so I'll just simplify it on the gig to make the ending sound much tighter. But sometimes I would do it, but then sometimes I'd be like, he's just started the riff too fast. So it's just literally no way I'm going to do it. But then also, sometimes I find my double kick, do it too slowly, and you can't do it.
Yeah.
So it's finding that right tempo. So that was something I would not always replicate.
Yeah.
Live.
But that goes on to something that you said to me once when you were giving me a quick mixing lesson. Just about how when you listen to a track, it's there forever. You can listen to that track, you can rewind it, you can, it has to be not perfect. Rewind. But when you watch but when you watch a band live, if something goes wrong, it's already happened. It's gone. It's gone for it. It's sort of like, so you can sort of get away with it a bit more. And I feel like I've seen drummers play songs that I know really well, like weirdly well.
Well, there's also studio trickery, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's some shit where you're like, we can fudge that in the studio. Definitely. Add some extra cheeky kick drums in there.
Well,
doing it live is a different story. And be honest, no one ever came up to me and went, excuse me, I noticed at the end of It Used to Be Elephants, you didn't play the double kick pedal.
Yeah.
But you never know. Maybe some people were expecting it because they did know the song. I don't know. But I guess, you know, just, you don't, I guess you sort of, the studio is very different to live, and you try and you get the studio down what you exactly want it, and live, maybe you don't. Sometimes it's a bit faster, sometimes it's a bit slower.
Definitely.
You know, there is a tricky feel that you bottle on
the
night.
Yeah.
You know, you have a day where you're not feeling as great. You just go, I'll take it a bit easier. Yeah. That's from my experience. But there was something weird. So we've spoken about my infamous drum charts before. Yeah. Well, there's years ago, you know, Mr. Brightside, bang, it's in the first gig I ever did, you know.
I haven't heard that song, but continue.
Little band called The Killers. So look it up. We'll put a link to it just in case anyone's not heard it. Of course you fucking heard it. And I'd write my chart out, and then, you know, in the second verse, the band's there's a stop, and the vocals carry on, and then there's a drum fill that comes back in. And it wasn't like a lot of these songs. You learn it, you know the song, and you learn the detail. I write my chart out, and I'll play it at gigs. And then because you just become numb to it, and you become dead inside and want to kill yourself constantly, you think, why the actual fuck would I ever want to listen to these songs in my own time? So then sometimes years later you hear the original. I don't know, you're in Next buying new pants, and they've got the radio on, they're just playing bullshit, and you hear Sex on Fire, and you hear it and you go, oh, it does that. I've just been doing it, a slight variation on it for 8 years. Now I've heard the original. Oh, it does do a drum fill there. But just over time, I've just found my own sort of thing. And this drum fill in Mr. Brightside, I remember hearing the original years later and being like, huh? It doesn't do that drum fill that I wrote out on my chart and that I've been playing for 6 years. And my chart had a drum fill going like dat digga dat digga dat digga digga digga. And on the original, it's like a kick, an open hi-hat thing. Chat 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 and chat. And I was like, why the and I got no idea how that's on my chart. I don't know where it came from.
No.
I don't know what was going on. And I even tried to look and see if there was like an original demo version of Mr. Brightside, if there was any different versions on their albums or anything. That had a different... No, don't think so. No. So, just for ages, I was just doing the wrong fill.
I mean, that's kind of that's the perfect example of it, because it's, I think drums in particular, as long as you're keeping it in time and it sounds okay, sometimes you can play.
You got to be 90%.
You got to be 90%, you know. I've played certain songs, you know, on different parts of the kit. You know, it's a tom beat and I'm on the hi-hat or something. But
I think Castle on the Hill is a good example of that. The old Ed Sheeran, look him up. He like the chorus on Castle on the Hill, it's all like toms and shit. And that ain't getting the wedding pumping.
No.
I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do an open foot of the floor rock beat. Otherwise it just loses all. There's no.
I think sound,
that's you know. It's just like, fuck it, I'll just do a beat there, innit?
I always feel very open and exposed when you play Locked Out of Heaven, I think, when it just goes to a kick. Is it Locked Out of Heaven? I can't remember if it's that one but I think it's the chorus and it just goes to a kick drum. And I always feel a bit like, I feel like I should be playing a beat here. And I think obviously that you shouldn't just play a beat because it's very much is a kick. But like there are certain songs where it's, say if you're playing with a band and perhaps it doesn't have the energy, even if it's like a closed hi-hat beat, you might have to, you know, vamp it up a bit. And
well, there's definitely songs in you know, that we just in general as a band make more rocky. You know, get a bit of gain on the guitar. Don't be shy. Don't be a shy guy. You know, open up the hi-hat a little bit. Come on. This party's like a dead horse. Put a bit of minge round it. Come on.
I was wondering if you'd actually finish that line.
Sorry, Mum. Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's and what songs are there that I think I'm playing right and I'm just not,
Yeah. Well,
But
there's
it's
definitely
just
there's definitely crucial bits where you got to
yeah,
nail stops, accents,
yeah,
certain feels. But a lot of the time, it's like, in one of my band, we do a lot of pop punk, and the drumming in that is just generally more complicated.
yeah,
Certain things, but I think it's even like Everlong, like Foo Fighters, like the
yeah.
chorus. It's just drum fills all over the shop.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
And I found that like playing it a few times, it was like, do you know what? I don't need to do as many drum fills here.
yeah, yeah,
I'll do half.
yeah.
I'll just because it just because I'm working with average musicians. They were struggling to keep in time with my sick fills. So
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, well, I'll just keep the beat and I'll just do a
It
fill
was
at the
their
end.
fault. It wasn't your fault.
Oh, absolutely not.
Definitely there. No,
Absolutely not, mate. No.
no.
They
But no,
call me,
that
they
was
call me the
that's
metronome.
they go they go, do you know Ben Winty? Go
The metronome. You don't like swimming. Yeah.
that was it. I was trying to remember the throwback from
Yeah.
earlier. It was the swimming.
Yeah. From last week.
From last
Or was it
week.
earlier? Who cares?
I can't remember. It all rolls
Illusion
into
shattered. Right.
one. Yeah, yeah. We've recorded all 10 episodes in one day. No, we haven't
Yeah.
really.
Happy Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I can't think of anything top of my head like things, sort of big bands, but just
No.
definitely personally, it's like there's definitely things I do that aren't 100% authentic, very close. But then there's some things where, yeah, and even my own stuff, it's like there was definitely some double kick patterns in Auction Thief. It was like I just can't do it live. I just.
Well,
I ain't putting
the
up.
thing is,
We weren't a band that we didn't rehearse every week. We'd just do a
no.
rehearsal before a gig or a tour. And
Yeah.
it was like I haven't played these songs for 5 months.
Yeah.
I'll just do a slightly simplified version, but keeping
Well,
the main bullet
while
point.
we're talking about that, it is an interesting thing. I don't know if you ever had this where if we've got time for it, where if you're playing with a band, your own band, and perhaps you write a song, you record it pretty quick, and then you go out to play it. And then when you start playing it live, then you start to go, oh, I wish I'd done this. I wish I played this beat instead because this makes more sense live. And I think that's a common thing as well. Even playing it faster, I played in bands before where you play a song, you write it, and then you record it, and you're like, oh, we're really happy with this, and you play it live, and it feels like it should be faster, and you go, oh, should we have done this differently?
Well, I'm very, I've learned over the years, like recording bands, that getting that tempo right at the start of the day, is fucking key.
Yeah,
because you don't want to be day 2 of tracking. So it goes a bit slow, isn't it? You're like, well, I can't really do anything now.
No.
So it's really making sure, like, are you happy with that tempo?
Yeah, definitely.
Key one is the vocals. How do the vocals flow and feel?
Yeah,
that's definitely a good indicator. Something else I was gonna say. I've completely fucking forgotten. But yeah, what were you saying?
I can't remember, but basically, that was a good discussion.
No.
Go on.
I remembered. So what you're saying, yeah, like evolution of songs, like when you go and play and gig it, and if you record it quite early doors, then you'll go and play it and you'll tweak things. You just naturally will.
Yeah.
And I think in some regard that's why a lot of bands' first albums are really good, and then their second one's not as good.
Yeah.
Because that first album is the culmination of them being a band for a few years.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Gigging those songs and learning. And then when they go in the studio, they've done all that. They've road tested it. They've made all those tweaks. The second album, a year later, well, it's just all new shit. It hasn't had that chance to evolve.
No.
And I've worked with some bands here where they come in and like for the first time, and they know what they're doing with the songs. They really know, like, this is what we're doing, and it's a nice easy session, and they've got their ideas. And then they really like recording, so they come back, and then each time they come back, the songs are newer. They've not rehearsed or gigged them as much. And then they're sort of a bit like, oh, I don't really know what to do here. We don't really know.
Yeah.
They're just not well as thought out because they just haven't tested it out, and played it a lot gigging. And it can be a bit annoying because you're like, you just don't know your song.
No, definitely. And I'll say I had that exact experience in a band I was in when we recorded an album. And I think like 4 or 5 of the songs were just so gigged. We've been gigging them for 2 years. And then the other 5, 10-track album were just all new that we wrote because we were like, well, let's get an album together.
Yeah,
and
get an album because we're going to be massive.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't work out in the end. Had to let them go. But we there was one song in particular that we played so often that when we recorded it, it just felt just so easy and casual and just nice. And we knew exactly what the tempo was. We knew all the different bits. But then the other songs, it was very much like it was just we were working as we went along. And then when we went and played them live, it was like, okay, now these new ones are starting to make more sense, but now we have to change bits, and then it's just a complete mess. So yeah, it's exactly that. You need the time to
that's why sort of
work out the kinks.
Demoing stuff is quite important because you can flush out a lot of that sort of stuff. The Dentac, this EP we're working on, like we demoed every song, like even to the point where I sort of kind of mixed them.
Yeah,
and it was with programmed drums, but like we'd pretty much nailed what all the vocals were doing and the harmonies, and I'd kind of program like exactly what I wanted the drums to do and things like that. And so then when we actually came to record, it was like, cool, well, we're happy with that. There's been a few things like, on one song I've added some strings on a pretty like, half-time middle 8 sort of thing. Like, but pretty much it was like we knew exactly what we're doing. We're just recording it properly, and the demos gave us that time to, without playing regularly or gigging, it gave us that, we can flush out all the get those ideas cemented and we're happy without committing lots of time and effort into proper recording and that. So
yeah, definitely.
Just think about what you're doing, innit?
Yeah, literally. And I'll say one more thing is when I played with Elliot Joseph, shout out again. Shout out on 2 episodes. You'll be loving this. But we had the songs so written for live gigs that we almost had to rein them in. There was one song where we had like a kind of call and response drum solo, guitar solo thing, but it lasted for like a minute, because it was a fun thing to do on stage. But we knew when we recorded it, we can't do that. That'll just be self-indulgent. Baby. Yeah, and we could. So I think that was interesting as well. We were kind of like, we'll do it live, but when we play it, we can't do that on the recording because it'll be like, what is this still even the song, or is this and it's the same when bands do solos. It's a guitar solo can go on longer live, and
it shouldn't, but
it shouldn't. No,
shut up.
Yeah,
look at me.
I played a gig with a band recently. I won't say who, but yeah, that was the. I don't try and guess from me saying that, but that did happen. It was the guitarist was really like, the solos would go on, and I'd be going, "Is this gonna end at some point?" And you're keeping time, but you're going, "This feels like it's too long now." And you're sort of watching the audience, and they're sort of checking their watches, going, "This is." But he was the singer as well, so he was completely in control. I'm going to keep this solo going all night if I want to.
Wankers, a lot of them.
Yeah, pro tip to guitarists, don't do that, because we don't do that. And if we did, no one would enjoy it.
I'll cut songs down, if anything.
Yeah.
Shorten them, and we can fuck off. Cheers.
Let's get home.
Speaking of fucking off, let's us fuck off.
Right.
Nice one, boy. Lovely chatting to you as always. This has been Drum and Drummer, innit? Drumcoachonline.com, blacksmiths.com, whatever. Just.
I was so ready this week.
Do it.
Bollocking. No, it's too late now. You've done it.
You do the socials. Do it.
Okay, I can do the socials. Follow us on Instagram at Drum and Drummer Podcast. And if you want to email us at drumanddrummerpod@gmail.com.
Ah, well done, mate.
Yeah, there you go. See, I was genuinely, that was like, you're a teacher or something. I was like, I hope I don't upset him and get detention.
Well, I mean, a large part of your life is, making me happy and proving your worth. That you should.
We haven't even spoke about the dynamic of you have been my boss for the last nearly 5 years. Yeah.
I don't want to say, religious figure, but some sort of,
savior.
Yeah, savior. Sort of like your own personal Jesus Christ. I often hand you out bread and fish.
You do.
Okay, there you go. There you go, boy. Eat scraps. I think maybe we should talk about our relationship. Not like that, dirty-minded listeners.
I didn't say that.
But because we have known each other for a long time.
Yeah, that'd be quite an interesting thing.
There is an age difference, gap.
Is.
But
But yeah, we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, maybe.
That's a cliffhanger. Do you want to know how we met? Listen.
Clue.
Next week's episode.
Tinder. Right.
Yeah.
See you next.
Grinder.
Oh, he's gone there.
There you go.
Drummer, but it's like got no E at the end. Drummer. It's like Grinder for drummers.
I love how you know the app.
Huh?